You think your dog is happy. He eats, he sleeps, he wags his tail when you come home. But what if I told you there's one warning sign most dog owners completely ignore before something terrible happens? And the scary part? Dogs show this sign weeks, sometimes months, before they become seriously sick, emotionally broken, or even aggressive. Almost nobody notices it. Not because they don't love their dog, because the sign looks normal. Today, you're going to see the tiny behavior that veterinarians and dog trainers say should never be ignored. And if your dog has done this recently, you need to pay attention, because one small habit could be your dog silently asking for help. A golden retriever named Max used to greet his owner every morning like it was the best moment of his life. Tail wagging, happy jumps, excited little sounds. But one day, Max stopped doing one tiny thing. Nothing dramatic. He still ate food, still went outside, still wagged his tail sometimes. So his owner thought everything was fine. Weeks later, Max suddenly collapsed during a walk. The vet said the warning signs had been there for a long time. His owner just didn't realize what they meant. And that's exactly why this video matters. Because dogs are experts at hiding pain. In the wild, animals that look weak become targets. So even your happy, playful dog may hide stress, fear, sadness, or illness until it becomes serious. Now here's the warning sign. Almost everyone ignores when your dog suddenly changes their eye contact with you. Sounds weird, right? But stay with me. Dogs communicate with their eyes more than most people realize. A healthy, emotionally connected dog naturally checks in with their owner all the time. Little glances, quick eye contact, watching your reactions. It's how dogs feel safe. But when a dog suddenly avoids eye contact or stares in unusual ways, it can mean something is wrong. And most owners completely miss it. Some dogs stop looking at their owners because they're anxious. Others because they're in pain. And some do it because they no longer feel emotionally secure. Crazy thing is, many people think their dog is just calm or lazy. But the behavior can actually be emotional shutdown. Now, before you panic, not every dog avoiding eye contact is in danger. But when this behavior appears suddenly with other small changes, that's when you should worry. Like if your dog starts sleeping more than usual, or stops getting excited for things they normally love. Maybe they no longer run to the door. Maybe they hesitate before jumping on the couch. Maybe they quietly sit in another room alone. Most people think, oh, my dog is getting older. But sometimes, your dog is struggling silently. And here's something heartbreaking. Studies show dogs can experience depression-like symptoms after major life changes. Moving homes, losing another pet, being left alone too often. Even changes in your mood affect them. Yes, your dog can feel your stress. They hear it in your voice. They notice your body language. They even react to your routines changing. That means your dog may start acting different long before you realize something is wrong in your own life too. And there's another warning sign almost nobody talks about. Yawning. Not normal, sleepy yawning. Stress, yawning. Dogs often yawn repeatedly when they feel nervous or emotionally overwhelmed. At the vet, during loud arguments, when being scolded, or even when they feel ignored. A dog trainer once shared a story about a husky who suddenly became stubborn. The dog stopped listening to commands, stopped making eye contact, started yawning constantly. The owner thought the dog was becoming disobedient. But the truth? The dog was extremely stressed after the family brought home a new baby. The entire routine changed overnight. Less walks, less attention, more noise, more confusion. The dog wasn't bad. The dog was emotionally overwhelmed. And once the owners changed their routine and gave the dog more emotional connection again, the behavior completely changed. Now here's where this gets even crazier. Some dogs don't become quiet when stressed. They become hyper. Suddenly barking more, destroying furniture, following you everywhere, licking paws nonstop. These behaviors often look annoying, but many times they're actually cries for help, especially paw licking. A lot of owners think it's just a weird habit, but excessive licking can be linked to anxiety, allergies, pain, or emotional stress. Your dog may literally be trying to comfort themselves. Imagine being unable to explain fear, sadness, or pain with words. That's your dog every single day. They only have behavior. That's it. And the saddest part? Most dogs still try to make their owners happy, even when they feel terrible. That's why so many warning signs go unnoticed. Your dog doesn't want to disappoint you. Even sick dogs will wag their tails. Even anxious dogs will try to play. Even hurting dogs will still follow you around because you are their safe place. But there's one behavior vets say should never be ignored. When your dog suddenly stops greeting you at the door. That moment matters more than people think. Dogs are creatures of emotional patterns. Greeting you is not just excitement. It's connection, routine, love. So if your dog suddenly loses interest in greeting you consistently, especially combined with low energy or behavioral changes, it deserves attention, not panic. Attention. And listen carefully to this part. Sometimes the warning sign isn't physical at all. Sometimes it's emotional neglect. Millions of dogs live indoors with food, water, and toys, but still feel lonely. Dogs need interaction, challenge, affection, purpose. A bored dog can slowly become emotionally unhealthy without owners realizing it. That's why short walks are not enough for many breeds. Your dog doesn't just need exercise. Your dog needs engagement, sniffing, exploring, playing, learning, feeling included in your life. And honestly, one of the biggest mistakes dog owners make is assuming silence means happiness. Sometimes silence means your dog gave up trying to communicate. And that is terrifying. Because once dogs emotionally shut down, their personalities can completely change. The playful dog becomes distant. The energetic dog becomes slow. The loving dog becomes reactive. And owners often notice too late. But here's the good news. Dogs are incredibly resilient. Small changes can dramatically improve their emotional and physical health. More attention, better routines, mental stimulation, regular vet checkups. Even just 10 focused minutes a day can strengthen your bond more than you realize. Your dog doesn't care about expensive gifts. They care about connection, your voice, your presence, your time. And in part 2, we're going to uncover the hidden warning signs most owners mistake for cute behavior, including the shocking sleeping habit that could reveal pain, stress, or illness before it becomes dangerous. You know what's scary? Some of the most dangerous warning signs in dogs actually look adorable. That's why millions of owners miss them every single day. Take this for example. When dogs suddenly start following you everywhere, most people think, my dog loves me so much. And yes, sometimes that's true. But sudden clingy behavior can also signal anxiety, emotional stress, or even hidden illness, especially if your dog used to be independent before. Dogs don't suddenly change behavior for no reason. There is always a trigger. Always. And one of the biggest triggers is separation anxiety. Some dogs panic the moment their owner leaves the house, but they hide it well. You come home and only notice small things. A scratched door, chewed furniture, heavy breathing. Maybe your neighbors hear nonstop barking while you're gone, but you never see it yourself. And here's the heartbreaking part. Many dogs with separation anxiety believe they've been abandoned forever every time you leave. Imagine feeling that fear every single day. Now combine that stress with loneliness and lack of stimulation, and suddenly your well-behaved dog starts acting completely different. But there's another warning sign most people laugh at without realizing the danger. The side-eye look. You know that guilty face dogs make? Turns out, dogs often show that expression when they feel nervous or uncertain, not guilty. Your dog isn't thinking, I committed a crime. Your dog is reacting to your tone and body language. In fact, researchers discovered dogs are incredibly sensitive to human emotions. They study your face constantly, your voice, your energy, even your stress levels, which means your dog may start acting anxious simply because your home environment changed emotionally. That's how connected dogs are to humans. And now let's talk about sleep, because this next sign shocks most dog owners. If your dog suddenly starts sleeping in unusual places, pay attention. Owner bathes, inside bathrooms, closets, corners of rooms. Sometimes dogs isolate themselves when they feel sick, stressed, or emotionally unsafe. It's an instinct. Wild animals hide when vulnerable, and domestic dogs still carry that behavior deep inside them. One owner shared a story about their Labrador suddenly sleeping behind the washing machine every night. At first, it seemed funny, cute even, but weeks later, they discovered the dog had chronic pain that became worse during nighttime. The dog wasn't being weird. The dog was trying to feel protected. That story alone changed how thousands of people looked at their pets. Because dogs are constantly communicating, just not with words, with patterns, energy, habits, tiny changes. And honestly, the smallest changes are often the loudest warnings. Even changes in eating behavior matter more than people think. Not just refusing food, eating too fast, eating too slowly, suddenly guarding food, dropping food from their mouth. These small moments can reveal stress, dental pain, illness, or emotional insecurity. Your dog's daily routine is like a hidden language, and once you learn it, you start noticing things most people never see. Now, here's something every dog owner needs to hear. You do not need to be a perfect owner. Your dog already loves you more than you can imagine. But paying attention can change everything. Sometimes one vet visit saves a life. Sometimes one extra walk changes a dog's mental health completely. Sometimes 1 hour of attention heals weeks of stress. Dogs don't ask for much. They just ask for us. And maybe that's why this topic hits so hard. Because people realize too late that their dog had been trying to communicate all along. The quiet behavior, the strange sleeping spot, the loss of excitement, the unusual eye contact, the clinginess, the silence. Those weren't random habits. Those were signals. And the truth is, your dog would stay loyal to you, even while suffering. That's how deeply dogs love humans, which is exactly why owners need to notice the signs before things become serious. So tonight, watch your dog closely. Notice the small things, the habits, the energy, the little routines. Because your dog may be telling you something important right now. And if this video helped you understand your dog better, subscribe to the channel and join our pet-loving family. We post powerful stories, hidden pet facts, emotional animal moments, and life-saving tips every week. And trust me, after today, you'll never look at your dog the same way again.